This segment is sponsored by OrthoMedics.
Welcome back to NTV's Good Life. We're very happy to have Jacob Sykes joining us from OrthoMedics this morning. Good morning, Jacob. How are you?
I'm great. How are you guys?
We're doing fantastic.
Yeah.
And we're talking about a topic that affects a lot of people, and we're talking about fall prevention.
Fall prevention, it's huge. And I don't mean the season fall. It's going to be, I'm excited for fall and football and everything, but falling down is a big thing that affects especially our elderly population. And if you, I'm not going to go over them all, but if you go and read those statistics on falls, people that fall and have fractures, the death rates, the quality of life, it goes down so quickly. So it's really important to try to prevent falls. And there's some really easy things you can do, and then maybe some things you didn't think about, and that's what we'll talk about today. So
how do you know before we get into all that, how do you know when is the proactive time to start before fall happens? I mean, I guess, do you know? Can you know? How do you know?
Yeah, well,
right?
Great question. Yeah, I guess when people start, like, you start stubbing your toes or you find yourself reaching for things, you'll find that you see a lot of people, they'll reach for a countertop and hold on the countertop, reach for a wall, or they find themselves leaning against a wall. That typically is a sign that you need to do something. So a big place to start would be like with physical therapy, going and getting some balance training, getting some strength training, and so you know kind of where you're at. And they'd be able to identify some things that if you needed to come see us and maybe talk about a brace, they would be able to recognize when that time is needed.
Okay, so when the time for a brace is needed, why would you need the brace? Is that just to keep your legs stable?
Yeah, for the most part, bracing and falls is going to be to pick your foot up. So something else to think about too is around your home to try to get rid of rugs, try to get rid of any type of interface that you might trip over. Because having a foot drop or having your foot not quite pick up, whether it's from a stroke or some sort of injury, that's typically what's going to trip you up. Is you're just going to catch your toe and you're gonna fall on your face. So our standard is a brace like this that just slides inside the shoe and picks the foot up. But not everybody likes to wear a heavier duty brace like this. So one of the things that we have is this little guy right here, and it's a pretty neat little gadget. Basically, you're just going to wear this around your ankle. This just comes around and wraps around your ankle like so. And then this little guy actually laces into the shoe like that, and there's a little elastic band on there. So this goes around the ankle. So this goes around the ankle, and then the elastic band clicks into it like so, and then when you walk, the elastic picks your toe up.
Now, is that something new? I've never seen that before.
There was a market need for people that didn't want to wear a brace. You know, they didn't want to wear a brace. They didn't want to wear anything big. So the market kind of went to work and came up with this little gadget. So this thing works much better. But for someone that doesn't want to wear one of those, this thing works pretty good.
Well, you'd have to have a tennis shoe.
Yeah, you have to have a tennis shoe. You can't wear
a shoe with lace.
It has to have laces on it. They do make a shoeless version of this, but it really doesn't work very well. So, yeah, you have to have a tennis shoe or something with a lace, and then you just lace it right into the shoe, and it picks it up. Which, to be honest with you, someone that has a fall risk should be wearing something with some sort of closure or lace anyway, because you don't want to have a shoe that's dragging, you know, a slip-on shoe that you're having a hard time holding on as you're trying to walk.
Now, would you just use this on the one foot that doesn't seem to want to pick up, or would you need it on both feet?
Just the one that doesn't pick up. That's all you would need it. Which for a lot of people, like with neuropathy or Parkinson's, something like that, it is both feet. They need it on both. But someone that had a stroke or some sort of injury, then they just need it on the one side.
So just to understand how this works, when your leg goes back, this is clipped in the front, and then it pulls your foot up. It pulls your toes up.
It pulls your toes up. So as you step, the elastic band just pulls you up because this is fixed against your leg.
Gotcha.
Now, would that be something that they would maybe outgrow with more physical therapy or occupational therapy, or is this something that they probably will need for the rest of their lives?
It depends on the diagnosis. You know, someone that has had a stroke or a spinal cord injury, a lot of that may not come back. Somebody that just has some weakness, they can rebuild those muscles and nerves and come back and not need it anymore. But again, it's a really lightweight brace to wear. There's not much to it, and it's really simple to put on.
When you brought it in, I'm like, what is this going to do? But I guess I didn't see that little piece right there.
Yeah.
And that comes together like that's sold together like that.
Yeah, and then it comes together, and you just leave this part in your shoe all the time. So you can actually get extras of these for different pairs of shoes, and then you just put this on, and it just clips in. It makes it very, very simple to wear.
So you just, it goes over like the tongue of the shoe then?
Yep, goes over the tongue of the shoe, and then the laces go right through it.
That
Like
is,
so.
oh, I see how that works,
Yep.
yeah.
Wow.
Well, that's what's needed.
Yep,
That does help.
It is. Okay, so stay with us, friends. We have a lot more to cover with fall preventions with Jacob Sykes from OrthoMedics when we come back. Don't go anywhere, friends. Welcome back to NTV's Good Life. We're hanging with Jacob Sykes. We're talking about fall preventions, learning a lot. And Carol had a good point, a good question with this.
What was my question?
It's very light.
It's very light, that's right.
Yep.
And you know, we were talking to the commercial break. You know, you said a lot of people just don't like this, but it's not cumbersome at all. I mean, it's very light, and this is made from what?
Carbon fiber.
Carbon fiber, which makes it light.
Super light, super strong. Those braces last a long time and they're very comfortable to wear. But
Yeah.
again, some people just don't like to wear a brace. It surprises me. So there are other options. One other really simple thing that we do is someone that's had like a hip fracture. Sometimes they end up with one leg shorter than the other, and they just don't do anything about it. And it can cause a lot of
Yes.
back pain. Plus, they
Yeah.
can trip over the longer leg. So a little shoe lift, it can make a world of difference for someone. So
Yeah.
that's something else to keep in mind, is that a shoe lift can be something, you just slip this under the heel of your shoe, and it equals you out and keeps you from catching your toe. So.
In
It's just
different
something that
thicknesses?
simple.
Different thicknesses, yeah. So what we do is we have you come in, we have you stand on platforms until you get evened up, and once you're evened up, then we cut one to that size, and it goes in your shoe.
Wow. So if somebody's out there thinking, I don't know if I need this, but I think
Yeah.
I want it, and you have what you call gait analysis?
Yeah,
Talk
so
a
we
little
do
about
free
that.
gait analysis. So you call our office, 308-237-6105, and you can come in and we will actually watch you walk and tell you what you need. So, and we're not going to try to sell you a brace. We're going to give you an honest
Right.
evaluation of maybe just a heel lift, maybe one of these, maybe you should do some physical therapy, or maybe you'll say you're okay, everything's cool. So.
And the thing that's interesting about these, and it's been a while since we talked about these, but you can make these, I mean, these are for, you can make these for children as well. that
Yeah, we make
maybe
them
have
for
some
everybody, all
difficulty.
different sizes.
Yeah.
We can custom make them, or we can order small, medium, large off the shelf ones, but we can custom make them also
Yeah.
to fit. And the other nice thing, if you do that gait lab, that analysis, we have these in the office and you can try them. So, so you can come in and say, I don't know if I'm gonna like that. Well, we'll put one on you and let you walk with it, and you can see if you do like it, so.
Okay. And another question that I had is, you know, I mean, I don't know about a lot of people, but does insurance, how does
Yes.
insurance react, or how do they cover these?
Almost everything that we do, insurance covers if you have a doctor's order. So it's kind of like
Okay.
a pharmacy. So if the doctor writes out an order, and again, you can come to us without the order, and we can do the gait analysis, and then we send you back to your doctor, and your
Okay.
doctor writes the order.
That's good to know.
You know, the doctors know a lot about a lot of things, but there are some specific things that we know a little bit more about. So
Absolutely.
people can come in and we can kind of give them our opinion, and they can go back to their physician and get the order for that.
That's
So.
wonderful.
And the other thing people can come in and get more information about are the shoes.
Yeah, so this shoe, this is one of our specialty shoes. It's a
Yeah.
diabetic shoe. They're very lightweight, which again is great for someone that falls a lot to get some really light shoes. The soles don't stick to the ground,
Nice.
so that you're not gonna have a trip or fall risk from the shoes either. So we can set you up with a pair of shoes also.
Speaking of that, do you have any other
These are
tips for preventing falls?
Preventing falls, yeah. A big one is don't wait until the last minute to go to the bathroom. That's
you
a
go. Yeah, well,
seriously, that's a big
yeah.
one.
That's a good
Yeah.
It's just that,
Yep.
a lot
Yeah.
of people fall going to the bathroom. They're rushing into the
Interesting.
bathroom, and then just be careful in the bathroom. I've been telling people that for years. You're more likely to fall in the bathroom because the surfaces are wet. If you're wearing a brace or something, you don't have it on because you're going to get in the shower or something like that. And I broke my ankle a few years ago, and sure enough, I fell when I was in the bathroom, and I felt so
See what
stupid because I've been
happens?
telling people that for years.
Yes,
And so.
yep.
You gotta be careful with that one. And then, like I said, the rugs, pets can be a big thing. I'm a dog lover, but
Oh, yeah.
I see a lot of people that
Ay,
get
ay,
knocked
Yep.
over by their dogs.
Well, because our
so.
dog can't see, and so she doesn't
Yep.
know that she's standing behind me, and I turn
Yeah.
around. I can't tell you how many times recently we have tripped over
Yeah,
her
yeah,
in the kitchen.
it's a risky thing. I'm not trying to tell anybody to get rid of their dog, but
right.
it can be a risky thing to
It
trip over
definitely
a
can
dog.
be. Just have to, I think just the top of mind awareness that that is a factor, you know, rugs. And as nice as your rugs may look in your hallways and whatnot, there's a time when those need to be picked up, and maybe adult children, you know, can help with that suggestion to their parents as well, because that's a good point.
So if people have questions and want to come visit, do they need to schedule an appointment to come visit you?
Yep, you can stop in. Our office is just right next to Dairy Queen in the big copper top building, just east of Dairy Queen, 3710 Central Avenue, suite number 10, or you can just call the office at 308-237-6105 and come in and say hello.
Yep. So if you have any questions at all, I mean, fall preventions. I mean, I remember some of the statistics that you have shared with us before.
They're
and
scary.
if you can prevent a fall from happening, boy,
That's
howdy,
right.
you're encouraged to do so. And there's all the information. And don't worry about it if you didn't get it written down. We will share that information later on this morning on our website. Thank you for coming in. We appreciate your
Thank
time
you,
this morning,
guys.
Jacob.
Appreciate it.